Everybody, welcome back to the channel. And finally, after months and months of being on back order, I finally got the Milwaukee Insider. Now, full disclosure, Milwaukee did send this out to me. All I had to do was pay $300.
Got him! Got him!
In all seriousness, this ratchet has been on back order for a really long time. And I finally picked one up. I ordered it, I think, maybe about 3 months ago or so. And I've actually had it for probably about a month and a half. And it's just been kind of sitting in my box because it took so long to get here that I actually picked up a snap-on long reach 1/4 inch ratchet. And I've been using this thing and I absolutely love it. So when this one finally came, it actually just spent a ton of time in the box because I didn't bother opening it. But now that it's here, let's go ahead, let's get it opened up and we'll check this thing out and see what all the fuss is about and see if it's really as good as everyone says it is. Now, got a ton of packaging. I didn't get the kit. I actually just got the set that comes with the sockets, which I guess is basically the bare set by itself, or the tool only. So let's get rid of this box. And we got the ratchet right here, which, man, first look, it's not a bad feeling ratchet. Definitely does have a pretty similar feel to the rest of their ratchets, which I used to own a lot of the Milwaukee ratchets, but I got rid of them because I started using a ton of the snap-on power tools. And then we got the sockets right here. And looks like the sockets do come on the rail. And you've got your metric sizes, 8mm all the way up to 21. Looks like the only one that it skips is a 20mm. Then right here towards the front, you got your 3/8 adapter, your 1/4 inch adapter, and your bit driver. Now the ratchet itself is 350 RPM at 65 foot-pounds of torque compared to the snap-on, which is, I believe, 35 foot-pounds of torque at 350 RPM. The head size itself, the Insider is definitely just a little bit thinner than the snap-on, but once you put the adapter on, I assume they're probably going to be about the same. The Insider does come with this nice socket set. Like I said, you get your bit driver adapter, your 1/4 inch adapter, 3/8, and you get 8 to 21, only skipping a 20mm. The 8 to 15 are the only ones that are actually passed through. 16, 17, 18, 19, and 21 are not. Those are just going to be basically regular sockets. Now, when I picked up this ratchet, I wasn't really in the market for a pass-through ratchet because I have a 3/8 and a 1/4 inch gear wrench pass-through socket sets that I use, and those do the job pretty well. I was more in the market for a long reach ratchet, 1/4 inch or 3/8. I couldn't really make up my mind, which is why I ordered this one, because it comes with the 3/8 adapter that you just push right on. Let me get a battery on this thing. And then you're good to go. You got your 3/8 ratchet, or if you wanted to, you could use it as a 1/4 inch. I personally love using my swivel sockets, which is why I was debating in 3/8 or 1/4 inch only, but definitely could save you some space if you're going to be using the pass-through socket. Definitely makes the head nice and slim. I'm going to throw a 12mm socket on the snap-on ratchet so you guys can see the difference. And you do save yourself just a little bit of space with the Insider, but not much as far as head size goes. The only difference is honestly just in that socket. But personally, I do like the Insider. I've been using my snap-on more, like I said, just because the Insider took so long to get here. But I'm very happy that I have them both. I'm sure I'll be getting some use out of the Insider as well. Now, the only downside, like I said, is when you throw on, let's say, your 1/4 inch adapter, if you want to use your swivel sockets or a regular socket or something like that, then at that point the head size is going to be pretty similar to the snap-on, which when I had the socket on there, you guys can probably tell that it's probably about the same. So if you like using swivel sockets, or in my case, I like using my magnetic sockets all the time too. At that point, you really don't save yourself a ton of space because the heads are about the same, and I've got the rubber boot on the snap-on one. So at that point, unless you're gonna be using the sockets that come with the Insider, you're really not gonna benefit much from saving that space. Now, as far as speed goes, the Milwaukee one, in my opinion, honestly does sound faster, but sound isn't really a good way to measure speed. But I'm sure you guys can tell just from that sound that the Insider does sound like it's moving a lot faster than the Snap-on. The only place where I think the Snap-on one really wins is the feel of the ratchet itself. I personally love this trigger mechanism. It's just way more comfortable if you're holding it upside down or whatever position you're holding it in. I just think that trigger is way better than this paddle style. But I mean, this paddle style doesn't really hinder you much. I know people say that it can get caught in harnesses or when you're trying to maneuver into some tight places, but the sockets, you can load them in, I guess, on either side of the head, which isn't really an upside. I mean, at that point, it just kind of just something that the ratchet can do, but there's no real benefit from it, at least in my opinion, because this ratchet should technically be long enough to get into wherever you need it to get. Now, as far as the pass-through capabilities of it, I have this gear wrench pass-through ratchet set. I have it in 3/8 and 1/4 inch, but you can still see that gear wrench one. It's not electric, but it is way slimmer, but it is just as long. So it does give you some good length to it. The good thing is that this one is basically a pass-through set all the way up to, I believe, 19 millimeters, where this one is basically only up to 15. So I'm still gonna be using this one probably as my main pass-through option, unless I'm working with smaller fasteners like 8, 10, 12, 14. Anything above that, you're pretty much gonna have to use a wrench, or just this is the best option at that point. So like I said, guys, I haven't really got much use out of the Insider. It's been sitting in my box, like I said, for probably over a month, just because I waited so long for it that when I finally got it, I kind of put it in the drawer and kind of forgot about it because I had already picked up the Snap-on ratchet. But I'm going to be trying to get some use out of it, hopefully give you guys an update here soon on its performance and what I actually think about it. Like I said, I didn't really get it for the pass-through options. I got it more just for a long reach ratchet, and I kind of got the Snap-on one, and that pretty much does everything that I needed to. So I don't know if this is, you know, gonna see much use. All my other power tools are Snap-on and Milwaukee, but I've been using the Snap-on ones more, and most of the Milwaukee stuff I just kind of have sitting in the box. So I will try to get some use out of it and let you guys know what I think. But if any of you guys do own this ratchet already, let me know what you guys think about it. Is it really all that it was hyped up to be, or do you think just a 1/4 inch or a 3/8 electric ratchet would do the job? Aside from that, guys, thank you for watching, and we will see you guys on the next one.